but you just make me laugh. You know, you took the fuck out of me, and that's why I always wanted you to be on the show. Like even after season 3, I just wanted you to, because despite bitch, you had locked your teeth on me too. The shit is funny. Like it's funny. And to me, now everybody got their own opinion. To me, even though it's a lot, like what you be doing be a lot, it still doesn't come off mean. Like it still has a big comedic overtone to it, versus other people who done things on the show. It's like, no, bitch, you just evil. Like you just, you're very entertaining. And I would love to see you back on reality TV. Like the fact that you're not over there on Zeus bothers me. Like Zeus should have put you over there because you would have ran that. And I think there's still room for you, honestly.
Especially since I helped Zeus with Blame It on Quay, with Black China Show, with Mabi Simone's show. You know what I'm saying? We was definitely helping them out as a publicist on the back end for like all their, big debuts. And yeah, we've been working with Zeus before Zeus was a Zeus.
I never knew that. Can you talk to me about that right quick?
It was good when Black China had her show. Don't forget, they hired the I Am Freshie brand, and I was working with Freshie. So in reality, all of their red carpet events, when they started doing their promos and they wanted to do their drops and stuff like that, we made all that happen. Even when they was like filming and stuff.
And you was loyal to Freshie.
Yes, Quay was a client of ours.
Mm-hmm.
Black China was a client of ours.
I came to the
Doll was a client of ours.
I came to the opening. Remember, you had me come to the opening.
Mm-hmm. So in reality, you know what I'm saying? I've never been. Let me tell you something. I'm a personality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have personality. So it's just certain things that I'm not gonna do for clout, like going to a Zeus to go fight people or get punched and beat up and stuff like that, just to say, girl, oh, I was on TV or I was on an app. No, bitch. If you have the money, buy the cameras like you do, and girl, you can create your own content, and it's just gonna be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my thing. But I actually enjoyed Chasing Atlanta, to be honest with you. I actually enjoyed them. I felt like it was growing, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I got fired.
Oh, we finna get into all that. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else about season 2 you want to talk about? I do want to ask you, and we're going to go to a quick commercial break just to give you, time to drink some more, to me drink some more, and the people a quick little break. I want to go back to like during like season 2, season 3, and talk about like how monumental Chasing Atlanta was at the time to the community. Like there was, I think the only show that was out currently at that time was Karan and like all of his shows. I think Bad Boys Club, and he had some other shows. But Chasing Reality was like the first one to kind of mimic that housewife, loving hip hop.
Yes, Ondario definitely wanted to give a different flair. Ondario was really big when it comes to editing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What's set? Even if they was doing it from their iPhones or their cameras, Ondario really took the time to edit, do the transitions, make everything look good. Even with the green screen, she wanted to make sure the green screens look good. And no shade to Karan, I love him to death, but I feel like even years and years and years of him doing this, he still don't have it yet. He still don't have it. And the reason he don't have it is because he doesn't want to let his baby go and let other people assist him. You know what I'm saying? When you want to build the empire, it has to be a teamwork. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the camera people. You got to have the third camera person. You got to have a mic person to be there just in case the audio goes out. And then you being the editor, if you know you're not the best editor, hire an editor. It's so many kids coming out of college and stuff like that. It's so many baby Oliver Twixts that just want to be able to just do content. And,
where they at? Send them my way.
You know? Please. So they just want an opportunity. So give them a chance. I feel like when it comes to their show, his show still be lackluster to me. Like, I feel like just the quality of it don't be there. Like, them people green screens. It just still be looking like one of them cabin shows. You know, one of them cabin shows, they just be putting everything together and stuff. I don't know what it is. But Ondario took pride when it comes to that housewife feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what really made the show. It was the green screens. It was him giving y'all the introduction. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
the music,
the
B-roll,
the murals in the back. So Ondario definitely set the bar, and I don't feel like nobody else was able to copy it.
You know, I haven't watched too much of other people's content in the web reality world because Chasing Atlanta and Chasing Reality has always been enough for me. That was enough. So I can't really comment on Karan's work. But I can just speak to what I always saw in the comments when people would, you know, comment on our episodes and stuff like that. And the main thing that people have always said since I've been there was that Chasing Atlanta was like the best web reality show.
Can I say something? Karan was definitely before Chasing Atlanta.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a metaphor. Because he felt like he did it first, he doesn't feel like he has to evolve. So it's one of those situations, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
When you're stuck in that mindset, i.e. Nicki Minaj, you feel like you don't have to do the extra work. You feel like you don't have to do the transitions and the this and the that and put the glitz and the glams because you feel like you're already like known and you've already put the work in. And I feel like that's just with him. Like he doesn't want to evolve. He don't want to give y'all something different because he feel like I've been doing this for so long. I was the first to do it. Bitch, why change it?
Okay. You know, I haven't watched too much of his content to even make a comparison. I like Karan, and I always see him on Instagram being fabulous with his ass out, you know, and you know, pretty teeth, pretty skin, doing his thing with his. Is he still with that boy?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But that's all I see of him. But again, I always saw people talk about Chasing Atlanta being like the best web reality show in terms of like production and how it looked and that. And, you know, in me meeting people in the industry who are the showrunners for like Married to Medicine and a lot of Bravo shows who watch our show, and I talk to them, they're like, we really could take y'all show and put it right on the station and it'll fit right in solely based off the aesthetic that honestly and Dario created. You know, and Dario did create that aesthetic that Chasing Atlanta and all of the Chasing reality shows have. So yeah. But people I think because now we're so many years removed from like season 2, season 3, and we're now in a new age where so many people can self-produce their own content, and places like Zeus and now that's TV and so many other networks have popped up, that people forget that like Chasing Atlanta was the only thing of its kind for a very long time. Other than Drag Race being on mainstream TV, the only other gay thing that was intangible media was Chasing reality. And like, it was like, I don't know if you feel this way, but to me, it was like an honor to be on Chasing Atlanta. Like, it was like, because everybody was auditioning to be a part of it.
Everybody was fighting to be on Chasing Atlanta.
Everybody wanted to be on Chasing Atlanta. And it was kind of like a privilege to be on the show. At least to me, honestly, that's how it felt season 3. But I'll be very honest. I felt like after season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6, I felt like the privilege went out the window, to be quite honest. You know, like it was no longer like a badge of honor to say I'm on Chasing Atlanta. I remember being on season 3. That was my first season. And I remember being like with y'all, like I would go out with you or I would go out with Q, and people would literally move out of the way because, oh, those are girls that's on Chasing Atlanta. That's the Chasing Atlanta girls.
It was a big thing.
Bitch, I made so much booking money off of being Oliver Twixt from Chasing Atlanta. My first year out, so much money. Like, so much money. And I still make booking money, but when I first started, it was like, because it was the only show of its kind at the time. Okay, so we're gonna go to commercial break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about what happened between season 2 and season 3, right? Rick Rosa goes to jail. Oliver and Rick Rosa start a friendship. Oliver also starts friendships with other people.
Oliver also becomes a fake ass bitch. And when Rick Rosa gets fired and Oliver supposed to go with her sister, she decides to take her career in chasing and make that a priority and not be loyal. And then Oliver and Rick Rosa's friendship go downhill. Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all about all of that. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. Don't y'all go nowhere. Stay locked. You are in the mix with Twixt. Kenisha, leave your boyfriend gloves at the house, okay? Oh shit. Kenisha, leave your boyfriend gloves at the house, okay? Need a daily fix? Get in the mix with Twixt, a live digital digest of queer commentary on reality TV and social media. I do have to play devil's advocate just a little bit. I think Nene is above Tiffany Pollard.
Really?
Let me tell you something, bitch. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you so hard you got to go get your man. live every Monday night, only on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. Watch and listen as myself and my bestest squirrel and girlfriends get into our favorite guilty pleasures.
I know in working with children, we were always taught, like, children learn behavior through two things, for what's taught and what's allowed.
As for me in my house, we would serve the Lord.
You see what I'm saying?
What is like the main key advice that you would give?
Get a lawyer.
And you just never know who was going to stop by in the mix. You know what, Sam? We're going to go to you first.
Let me say something right now. Just watching the show, my butthole was in a knot.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a lot, so buckle the up because I have so many opinions on this.
Don't miss a good laugh and some exclusive tea.
I have another phone call that I actually have recorded.
I think she's still in the back, Dr. G. I'm waiting on her to get back on too.
Get in the mix with Twixt every Monday night, only on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. See you there. Listen, y'all, we are back. I will be resuming in the mix, the live recap show very soon. We're doing some, reconfiguration because, I'm all about elevation and making things better. I was really like piloting those first couple of episodes just to see how it works, how you guys respond to it, what I can do to make it work and make it better. And I'm very much so close to the end point on that. And so hopefully we can start back resuming our regular scheduled programming with our Monday night chats on reality TV and social media this upcoming Monday. Don't hold me to it, but we're almost there. But we have a special guest here tonight, Rick Rosa, where we're talking about chasing reality. And now we're getting to the part where Oliver and Rick Rosa now converge on a whole nother level. So I'm gonna start off and you chime in, okay? So you and I are becoming friends, right? Like we're hanging out a lot, we're talking, you're like basically like looking back on it, you're kind of like I won't say my gay daddy, but like my gay uncle, my gay brother type, situation, because I was still very new to the industry. I was very new to the community. Like I wasn't going out. I wasn't doing shit like that. And I had become always hanging out. If I wasn't with Funky, which I was always with him, I was with you on the phone with you talking about content, talking about whatever. Season 2 reunion happens. Next thing I know, Gaurdini is in jail. Gaurdini goes, was it jail or prison?
It was jail.
It was jail. And I just remember you were friends with Will, who is
my brother.
Who's your brother? Are you still friends with Will?
Yeah.
I love Will. Is Will still in Atlanta?
Still in there.
I need to text Will. What Will doing these days?
Nothing, traveling the world. Pretty much it.
That's good. Will, just to give y'all context, Will is a friend of Funky Neva's. That is also a friend of Rick Rosa, and I know Will through knowing Rick Rosa and Funky. So all of us, occasionally hung out together. And so I would talk to Will to talk to you while you were away, right? And so, okay, y'all. So this is where the tea starts. All right, now I'm gonna tell the truth. All right. Cause we ain't talking about this shit no more, ho. Cause after this day, I want this shit between you and me to be done. We're gonna tell the truth and we're gonna tell it all right? I remember you coming home. I remember being on my couch and me getting a FaceTime from your phone, which excited me because I'm like, oh my God, this bitch is back home. When I answered the FaceTime, it was not you who was on the call. It was Dawon who was on the FaceTime. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I'm still listening.
So I remember Dawon was on the FaceTime and you was in the background in the kitchen. This when you stayed up there off of Briarcliff. And you was like, sister, you come to see me tonight? And I was like, no. I mean, because at the time, honestly, a boy that I used to, I won't say talk to, but a boy I used to play patty cake with from Morehouse was actually over here that night, and we was playing patty cake. And so I was like, no, I don't think I'm coming. But she was like, no, sister, you coming to see me. And Dawon was in the phone and he was like, no, you coming. And I was like, no, I'm not coming. Anyways, me and the boy was staying at Atlantic Station. I was like, okay, I'll stop by. I think I had spoke to you, told me Dawon had left or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'll stop by. Because to me, I felt like he was giving me eyes, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening.
He seen that ass.
I get to your house. Was Dawon there?
I don't remember.
I don't remember him being there. I remember him leaving. I remember, no, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. But I do remember us getting into contact. And he, of course, I knew him on the show from Devon. And at this time, I still didn't have no plans of being on the show. Like, no auditions had been sent out. No applications had been sent out. There was no announcement of season 3 and applications had been sent out. This is still during the summer months. And I still have these texts. I still have the messages on my Facebook, and I screenshot them. I never got rid of them just in case, if the day I got to whip them out. But I will say, I'm telling this story now, but I just want everybody to know me and Davon are straight. Like, me and Davon are cool. Me and Davon actually share
plus I heard she like threesomes, so girl, it's nothing for them to have you together.
Me and Devon share a sibling. His sister is one of my favorite cousins, and I didn't know that until I actually became a part of the Chasing Atlanta cast. And me and Devon was talking very early on, conversing about things we would do for the season and whatnot. And Dawon has also came up to me and apologized since then. So all thing I'm doing is just recounting history. This ain't no beef. This ain't no. I mean, it is tea, but this ain't nothing to go run off about. And so I remember me and Dawon coming into contact, and he basically was like, "I'm interested in you," and I was like, "Are you done with Devon?" And he was like, "Yeah, like we're not together no more." Okay, cool. Me and Dawon hung out one time, right? He came over, we hung out for a little bit, whatever. He went home. We probably talked like here and there, like a little bit here and there, whatever, but nothing ever too serious. And then months later, I found out he was back with Devon, which was honestly okay with me. And then the Chasing reality of it all came up. Now, what also was going on at this time is I am also becoming friends with Reese G, because Reese G saw the promo I did for Chasing Reality with T.S. Madison, and Reese G at the time was in production for Chasing Dallas, and Reese G had came to me originally and was like, I would want you to help me with some of the digital assets for Chasing Dallas, right? And so from there, me and him kind of like got a rapport. We would talk on the phone very, very often, like almost every day. And so me being a young, dumb gay, just dumb, I had not only shared with Rick Rosa, who at the time is my sister, that his friend tried to talk to me. I also shared with Reese G that Dawon and I had spoken, right? Because I'm thinking again, young, dumb. I wasn't full of cum at that time, but just young and dumb. I'm thinking, these are my friends. I'm having private conversations, da-da-da-da. So, I'm still on the Reese G side. So Reese G is also really great friends at this time with Dario, because they're gearing up for Chasing Dallas and all this other stuff. Reese G then starts telling me, bitch, you need to audition for Chasing Atlanta. He was like, you really need to be on the show. I was like, yeah, I just don't know. I really don't know if I'll be able to fit in with like the style and the nature of the show. But after Gaurdini and Rick Rosa, but Gaurdini and Reese G kept hounding me about it, I was like, okay, well, let me just try out. Let me whatever. And remember, I had shot my audition video. I had all these like edits on it and da-da-da-da and whatever. Little did I know. Now, I didn't know this at the time. I did not know this at the time. I found this out many years later, that Reese G and Gaurdini, I was told this by Dario and Kevon, that separately y'all had gone back and told them about my relationship or my interaction with Dawon, and how me being added to season 3 with Davon still being there and me having this history with his boyfriend would be a great narrative. Now, the story has always been Oliver was the one who wanted to come on the show and come after this man and her man. But I got your ass here, and you gonna tell them the truth, bitch.
I don't think it was no Reese G or no Kevon. I think that came from me. I was boosting on Dario's head up. I was giving on Dario the squeezes of the lemons. And I had already knew what your storyline was going to be before you got there. Because remember, I'm telling you, in my mind, I'm feeling like I'm production. So you were already supposed to be on the show because you were popping. Music was popping, videography, the way you do things, edit, just all that other bullshit. It was popping. So when you ended up linking up with Dawon and all this other shit, and then girl, he's with Davon, it's like, oh yes, ma'am, girl, we about to shake it. So they did already pre-know before you even got on the show.
And they pre-knew because what?
Because I put it in their heads.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
But girl, did I lie?
I mean, we did have an interaction, but it wasn't, to me, it was nothing to talk about. And I remember once I got casted, and I remember Reese G, and Dario was the one who told me Reese G, this is years later, Reese G was, you and Reese G were telling them about me and Dawon's situation, which is my fucking fault because I opened my mouth and told y'all whatever I thought it was in privacy and secrecy.
Well, you ain't
but
telling
it
me
wasn't.
because Dawon, don't forget Dawon was my roommate. So in reality, girl, I'm gonna know everything.
No, but I did tell you. I did tell you because then I remember. I mean, I'm just gonna say
it. You told me your little versions. Dawon gave me the squeezes.
Okay, we in full transparency. What was my version and what was Dawon's version?
Like just with him flirting on you, telling you come over. One time you actually did come over. You get what I'm saying?
I never went to that boy's place.
You came to my place, but you were there. I remember one time Dawon had invited you over. It was actually on Briarcliff. You had came over. I remember I had like the gold walls and stuff like that. You had popped up. And then when you ended up pop up, he was like, "Oh, hey, sister, you can't see me."
Oh,
but Dawon was feeling on your ass. He was feeling on your
No,
ass.
he wasn't feeling on my butt. I don't remember that.
Feeling on your butt. He was.
I don't remember that.
Girl, it was in the living room. He was.
I don't remember that.
Ass. Girl, being real touchy. You know how you get when people get to just you start like laughing and be like, hey! Like trying to like not like shoo them down, but try to like move your way to like be like, oh, okay, we're not doing this here because you're a private bitch. You're a private sneaky little bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Is it I'm sneaky or I'm just private?
Both. You don't like an audience. Yeah, you don't like an audience. So Dawon don't be caring. He don't care where he feel you at. And he was always telling you all type of lullaby stories on Facebook and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it was giving that. So I felt like it was gonna be the perfect production. Like, girl, she already here. I'm looking at how they interact with Dawon. Dawon already telling me how he finna eat that ass, and he done told her he finna eat that ass and do. So, girl, why not come shake it on the show?
And what was my version that I told you?
Oh, sister, it's nothing. Yeah, he just be friendly. You know, he's just friendly. You know how you be.
And so I remember being casted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember specifically this. I remember Reese G telling me, if anything comes up, just be honest about it. And I was like, well, what the fuck would be coming up already? Like, girl, I'm just getting here. You know who else was in support of me joining the show? Montel was also very supportive of me joining the show. He was like, but you need to audition. Like, you need to be on the show. But I just remember Reese G telling me, like, you need to be honest if something comes up. And I remember preparing for our first scene that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about our first scene.
I'm going to be honest with you. In the beginning, they didn't want you to be on the show.
I know they didn't. They did not. I know.
Let me tell you why they didn't want you to be on the show. Because they felt like you was too sedity. You was too high energy. You were too polished. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't see it. So, but I told Dario, no, girl, she's going to be on the show. And let me tell you why she's going to be on the show. So when I gave that little messy Shanok, Dario only cared about the drama. You get what I'm saying? That's all she gave a fuck about. At that moment, that's the day and age of her mindset. She only
which is okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, bitch. It's okay. She's trying to get her YouTube check. I get it.
Had to basically tell her, no, bitch, she's gonna be on the show. And let me tell you why she's gonna be on the show. And then when I told her why she's gonna be on the show, it clicked on her. Oh, okay, yeah, bitch, we gotta have this hoe. Like, we gotta have this hoe.
And so, okay, so gearing up for season 3. Ooh, now, bitch, we finna open up the vault. We already here. We gonna do it. Devon was on season 3 and had filmed for season 3. It's not my business to say what happened, but there was The birthday night on the party bus.
But we're here, girl. We're gonna talk about it. What's the tea?
Oh, well, you say it. I ain't saying it.
No, you gotta say it, girl.
No, I ain't saying it. I'm just gonna say it was something happened on the party bus and something broke out and they did not want that.
Yeah, remember somebody King, wasn't it somebody was giving somebody head or somebody was eating somebody ass in the bathroom or something?
That's what I heard.
And they didn't want to. Who was it? Wasn't it King Kane and who was the other person?
Allegedly Cameron.
And Cameron.
But then remember a fight.
Girl, did you hear everything that's going on with her?
Don't do that. Be nice. Don't do that.
I am being nice, but don't do what?
I don't want to touch that.
No, we talking about it. Girl, this is our link up. Girl, what's the tea? Ain't nothing's off limits. I mean, we are praying for her. No shade.
Yes, we praying for her.
But girl, how many GoFundMes you gonna have online?
Please, can I have just one card of just please don't do it? Can I use it right now? Just please. I'm begging. Please. Yes. Everybody saying no, Gaurdini. No. There was a fight that broke out, and the people was in the bushes.
Girl, I want to talk about it.
Oh my God. What is there to talk about? Ain't nothing to talk about.
Girl, go ahead.
Please, let me just use my one card. Please.
They say you talking to Dawon, not Gaurdini. I'm sorry, the characters are kicking in. I'm thinking I'm on Bigo. Go ahead.
No, baby, we're not on Bigo. Come back.
I'm back. Go ahead.
But anyways, there was an incident that happened that night. I think of Devon's birthday on the party bus while they were filming. That incident as well as another one that made Devon pull out. On top of, I believe it got out to Devon about my past with
Dawon.
I don't know how it got out. I don't know. But I just remember gearing up to film our first scene. And honestly, the first thing I filmed.
Wasn't there a fight on the party bus?
Well, yes, there was a fight.
It was a big old thing. Girl was chasing Devon down the street. Girl stopping her from fighting while telling them. Girl, it was the big shenanigans.
I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I wanted to see that on the show. I wanted to see it.
They didn't want to post it.
They never
didn't want to post it.
Because Devon quit.
Yeah, and she was doing the temper tantrum and saying that how they couldn't post her likeness and da 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 da. But I feel like at that moment, bitch, it's on Dario's likeness. Like he the one who recorded it. Girl, they stayed there for your birthday party. Everybody showed up. Whatever happened on the bus, girl, King Kane came all the way from Dallas to come eat a bitch ass on the bus. she always been a freaky little bitch. Always been a freaky little bitch. But she was after you.
You mustn't watch the season.
I didn't watch it. I don't watch it no more.
Oh, girl. Okay, well, great. We'll talk about it later. And so in gearing up for our first scene, which y'all, here's some tea. So my first thing that I ever filmed for Chasing Reality was the scene of Rick Rosa, quote unquote, coming out of jail, right? Which I think is so many years far removed. I think we could say that wasn't you coming out of jail. We just filmed it as if I was coming to get you from out of jail.
But that was like my first couple of days in Atlanta.
It was.
So it felt like I was coming out of jail because I was in jail in Florida. So let's go to the jail scene. In the midst of after the reunion, Jaylon and her boyfriend, who allegedly now she's making a song out that he done beat her, manipulated her, took her money, scammed her, remember all that bullshit. They were going back and forth with me on social media. He ended up going live and talking about all this other bullshit about me doing fraud and He called she said she never did, but he called my probation officer and made a lie. It doesn't matter when you're on probation, if it's a lie, if it's the truth, whatever, bitch. If it's close enough, they're going to violate you. You get what I'm saying? They did know that I was in Atlanta. They knew that I was filming, but they didn't know that I was living and filming in Atlanta. You get what I'm saying? So that's my fault. So in the midst of that, they ended up calling the probation officer, telling the probation officer all of the squeeze. I literally was on probation for 5 years. So that's why I knew I wasn't doing those scams. I was working. I was doing the Getty images. I was doing the whole
paparazzi smiles.
Paparazzi smiles. You get what I'm saying? I was doing all that to stay out of trouble. Girl, I was down to my last 3 days after being on probation for 5 years, paying $30,000 worth of restitution, not getting in one ticket, no, not one fight, no nothing, bitch. 3 days of getting my papers to say I'm off probation, they violated me because them hoes was calling my probation officer. And bitch, that made me go to jail. I was serving 5 years in prison time. I had to get an attorney for $20,000. And when Will ended up getting the attorney, Will was like, "You've never worked for a white man, bitch, you're your own boss." Mm-hmm. Will told me to take the conviction. And then that's what made me a convicted felon. Because I wanted to get out so bad. And I had too much going on. I had businesses going on. I had like stuff that I was working on. It was like, girl, what the fuck I'm going to jail for to go fight for something that I've already felt like I served my 5 years of probation. That's the only reason I took the conviction. I would have never took the conviction. So when I got out of jail, my exact words to y'all is, bitch, I want her. Bitch, it's about to be motherfucking hell up in this bitch. I'm coming to kill, steal, and destroy.
Before we jump back into the story, one of the funniest things you have said that has stuck in my brain, and I tell this story very often, is Gaurdini told me one time, he was like, "Bitch, if you ever want to get a bitch back."
Mace the AC vent.
No, it was Mace the grandma AC vent.
Yeah, Mace the AC vent. Girl's gonna get everybody at the house. Everybody gonna be at the house. And mind you, guess what? They're gonna have to need a whole new AC system, bitch. Because guess what? That motherfucking AC going through them pipes and that they're gonna need a whole AC, brand new AC.
Who did you do that to?
To my best friend who passed away.
Oh, girl. Oh my God.
What, girl? She busted out my car windows and everything, girl. Left me at Club Boy, girl, with no windows.
Girl, that Club Boy.
Yes, girl, left me at Club Boy. I had to tow my car from Miami to Broward County, bitch, and she thought it was a key. Oh, okay, ho, you want to play? Let's play.
And you went in and maced the vent.
Girl, I called a motherfucking Uber, bitch, went across the street, sat there, girl, maced the AC vent, girl, the AC, you gotta wait when the AC go off, when it's on auto. You gotta wait until it go off. You spray the AC, and then when the AC come back on, girl, all the fumes go up in there. I see her grandma coming out to my hot sauce. The baby was in there. Her mama, her daddy, everybody, sisters in there. Everybody had to come up out of there.
Bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all see why I used to enjoy being around her and talking to her? This used to be non-stop. Stop. Going back to us filming that intro scene. So another behind the scenes tea. If you go back to season 3, Gaurdini films a scene with Angela Stanton, King. And then I think it's the next episode. Yes, because you film a scene with Angela going into jail, and then you film a scene with me coming out of jail. Y'all, we filmed both of those scenes in the same day. Which honestly, in reality TV, they do shit like that all the time. Like, we shot so many scenes out of order when we filmed T.S. Madison Experience, like so much shit out of order. This was at the end of the season. This at the beginning. We had to go back and refilm this to make it make sense. You know, that happens in reality TV. But just a little behind the scenes tea, we actually filmed both of that. And I'm pretty sure if you go back and look in the car behind Angela, I'm sitting in your car in the passenger seat waiting for me to now go film my scene. Anyways, I mentioned all of that to say I remember getting ready for that scene, and Kevon and Dario had prepped me, and it was like, so we want you to talk about Dawon. And I'm like, bitch, how the fuck y'all know about that? And no, I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm not coming on this show to talk about this man's woman.
And I was already mad at
this woman's man
coming home, sitting in jail. Girl, you hoes is on social media and all this other bullshit. But I had to think about it. These girls have 9 to 5. They didn't have no money. They just started the show. Girl, they was really broke. Girl, YouTube, even though they were the only gay show, girl, they wasn't really making no money like that. You get what I'm saying? The money they did make, girl, they was pretty much trying to pay their bills and stuff like that. So for me to sit in jail feeling like, girl, I done did all this for the show, girl, a bitch ain't even motherfucking put a $5 commissary on my account. It pissed me off even more.
I remember you feeling that way. You was like, damn, ain't nobody do nothing for me. Which I'm jumping around, which
and
is
we make you hoes money because every episode was 100,000, 300,000 views. They ain't getting like we make you hoes money. You know what I'm saying? And bitch, you couldn't put $5 in my commissary.
Now I'm not gonna say how much they've made because I don't know. Like I've asked questions here and there, but I'm a YouTuber and I know how much I make off of a video that clocks in at least at 75,000 views. And that's an hour long, bitch. That's rent. You know, that one video then took care of me for the month. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I won't say I understand your thinking and your rationale. I get it. Even though, you know, technically, were they obligated to help you? Did they have to help you? No, but I understand from your rationale in the position that you were thinking, like, I've contributed so much to this brand. You know, are y'all gonna do anything? I understand how you thought about that. And I'm gonna turn it over to you. I remember them telling me, like, bitch, you gonna talk about Davon. I was like, I'm not talking about, like, I'm not bringing that up because I'm not coming on this show and anybody peg me as somebody that's trying to go up somebody's man or whatever. And I just remember going back to Reese G, where Reese G said, and he was like, if somebody asks you something, just be honest. And I remember once we started filming the scene, bitch, and you brought it up, and I was like, well, girl, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. What do you remember about that day?
I remember you saying, I asked you something about Dawon, and he was like, yeah, your best friend called me. I was like, did you reach out to him? And da-da-da-da-da. And then I forgot what happened after that, to be honest with you.
Which honestly started this whole thing about Oliver and Devon and Dawon and all this fucking bullshit that I had to deal with my first year out.
But girl, we ain't lie.
But me and the man met before I even myself considered being a part of Chasing Atlanta.
Right, so it's still a part of your story.
But no, because I had done many things before Chasing Atlanta. Bitch, I didn't want that to be a part of it.
Yeah, but that's her man currently at the moment. So in reality, you always gonna be the side bitch that came in that once upon a time had a situation with her man.
When her man told me that she was single. That's what the man told me. Now, I don't know what was reality.
They probably were broken up. She's always single.
But the man told me that they was single. And then I just didn't at the time. And again, y'all, you gotta also understand too, at the time, I'm probably like, what, 21, 22, first time hanging around the girls.
I think you were working at the YMCA.
I was still working at the YMCA. I didn't stop working at the YMCA. You know what got me stopping from the YMCA, stopped me from working at the YMCA? We went and did that trip to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I had took off work, and I came back, and my coworker at the time, Tatiana, who was my really good friend, she went with me. So both of us were gone at the time. And somebody was like, Oliver's filming a show or something like that. It was something like that. And they had went on my social media and like looked at my social media and was like, yeah, we don't want you working for us. And so it was me going to perform at the Queen Supreme Court down in Miami. I came to work that day, and I was like a coordinator. Like I had staff, I had like programs.
You've been there a really, really long time.
I have been working there since college. Like I started that job when I was in college, and then once I graduated, they just promoted me, and I was like, okay, well, shit, like, girl, it's money, you know, whatever, but I'm gonna stay here. But they fired my black ass.
That day at that moment is when you said, girl, fuck them. I'm gonna start working for myself. And that's when you really took the Queen Supreme Court really, really serious. And just working with Maddie because you're like, I'm gonna do this full time. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna get to the Maddie situation because at that moment, girl, you needed the money. You needed the money.
I needed the money.
You had to pay your rent, and the bills were not adding up. So the stuff that you were doing with Maddie, not paying the bills, and she kept on forgetting to pay you.
Okay, I don't know.
Girl, you gotta talk.
Okay, just slow down. Just slow down. Just slow.
Oh, okay. I'm ready to dig in.
Sister, you remember, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I used to be so broke. Like, I've never been broke, like no money, but like back in 2019, like, bitch, I was really like working on a fucking budget. Like, I had to pay this. Gaurdini, you remember this was when Uber Eats first started out. Remember, I would order food and then mark it that it never came, so I can get a refund and order more food because I was trying to stretch my little money out. Like, girl, Miss Oliver was over here. Girl, I was over here trying to, you know, she was trying to figure it out. Girl, you done got so far here. Let's back up some. Okay, so